Welcome to this episode of Door Hardware Nerds. I'm your host, Mia Merrill. Today, we're chatting with the Glass Guys. Welcome, guys. Please introduce yourselves.
What is up, Mia? We are so stoked. I do have an issue though. It should be chatting with the glass and aluminum guys, but that's okay. I'm over it. I'm not going to hold that
Ben, do
against
you
you.
not understand that door hardware is on every door substrate, not just glass doors,
Just
aluminum
saying,
doors, wood
but
doors?
we're chatting with
Yes.
with multiple people from
Okay.
different places in the industry here.
Can we turn him off?
I think we'll need Tyler to make a special guest appearance because he's the one that selected the series name.
Oh, hey Tyler, would you like to come in and comment on the series name?
We, we just started.
He has no comment.
Off
He has
schedule.
no comment. This is great. This will be a good blooper reel.
But Ben, why don't you explain to us what you do and where you come from in the industry?
Oh, okay. Why don't I do that? Hey, Ben Cosby. I am the Eastern Regional Business Development Manager for Aluminum Solutions. Officially the second longest title in ASA Abloy, right behind me is. Thank you very much. Been with ASA for about 3 years, been in the industry about 30. Most of that spent on the wholesale side of the business. Started way back when as a locksmith. So I am with ASA Abloy now, like I say, for 3 years and loving this job.
Nice.
Mhm.
My name's Dan Joella. I'm the Western Region Business Development Manager for Glass Solutions. Been in the business about 25 years now and 6 years with Assa Abloy, but pretty much doing the same thing, selling all glass door hardware. And yep, it's been a great industry, great business, and I love being with Assa. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Go ahead, Connor.
I'm Connor Leahy. I'm the Eastern Regional Business Development Manager for the Glass Solutions team. And my experiences, I actually came from the glass industry. I was a glazer, and I actually started from the ground up, installing, business developed, estimated, sold glass, and been selling hardware for the past 7+ years. Been in the industry over 2 decades. So we're coming at you live today from Charlotte, North Carolina, my hometown. We appreciate you guys joining us and girls and learning some more about the door hardware industry. And Mia, why don't you kick it off and ask us some
Perfect.
questions?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about security, both in the glass and aluminum doors space today. You guys have all said we're selling door hardware. Can you give me a rundown of like the progression of door hardware in both glass and aluminum over the years? Since, I mean, you guys are all experts long running in this industry.
Experts is a push, definitely.
For some. But yeah, I mean, when I started in the business, basically locking an all glass door was usually done in the bottom door rails or a bottom patch fitting. So basically, you were kind of violating code when you did that. And to be honest, you still see it sometimes today, but we are trying to get away from that. I mean, first of all, no one likes to bend over to unlock a door. And again, it is against code. And now we're progressing into, lots of other variations where we're moving away from bottom rail locks, basically. You want to
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and if you talk about the progression of glass doors and where they've come, especially the Herculite style doors, right? PPG started those in the late 80s, early 90s. Everything was all locking, like Dan said, traditional locks, mortise locks in the rails and patches, but also in the handles. I think the progression where you're seeing it go now is everything. Electronic access control should be at the top of all of our minds. And in the glass doors, within the aluminum doors, wood doors, all doors, door hardware nerds, I think we all can agree that electronic access control is the way of the future, that pretty much all doors nowadays are going to require an electric strike. We're even seeing the trend of maglock sort of fading away. Everything's going into electric strikes nowadays. You're even seeing traditions in manual electronic latch retraction, things like that. So a lot of neat ways to get in and out of a building. But if you look back, like I said, from the 80s into the 90s into the early 2000s, it was all manual strikes, manual locks, just individual key doors. I think an interesting point that you said, Dan, with the progression is the tracing, key tracing, and how you go through. A lot of these building owners want to know who has come through that door, and and tracing back that through it. And I don't know, what have you seen, Ben, on as far as the other
Yeah,
substrates in the
yeah, on
industry?
the aluminum side, it's always been, traditionally you got a swing bolt or a dead latch in an aluminum storefront with a, 90-degree pull handle on the outside. That's still very, very common. But as we move into like higher end commercial settings, you get more of architects involved, right? And they want it to look pretty. So move into architectural poles on the outside of the door. You move into exit devices on the doors, which obviously for like fire code and things like that, means of egress. You got to put all that into and take all that into account with all of these doors. But we see now more, they want aluminum storefronts to look more aesthetically pleasing, right? So we've got, high-end tubular exit devices on the doors and access control. Obviously, we talk about that. Connor talked about that. It's huge. That's where everything is going to. Not only do they want to trace who's coming in and out of the building, no one wants to hold a key. They want to get in with their phone. And, aluminum storefront is on. You look at any commercial building now, whether it's a multifamily or strip mall, whatever. The outside of the door of the building is usually aluminum storefront. So if I'm in an apartment building and I've got a mailroom downstairs, I want to let the UPS guy come in and drop off my stuff. He's going to do that with an app or whatever. All of that is going to be done through the access control system, and it's going to be through an aluminum storefront door. So big trend moving to that. And these guys talked about mag locks. That used to be the thing, right?
Come back next week where we continue this conversation.
I love it.